Okay, for this video, we will be answering the problem in your midterm exams. So this is a simple problem actually. So we are here given a record that contains the following fields. So we have student number, which is an integer, name, which is a character array with a maximum length of 50, course, which is also a character array or actually string with a maximum length of 10. Then we have total fee and total payments. Both are of float data type. And then we are required to write a program to do the following. So we're going to enter 5 records in an array of structures. So we're going to create an array of this. And then the program can also be able to sort the records according to student number and display a balance report. So other specs, sort according to student number. So I have mentioned that a while ago. And then the balance report will display student number, student name, course, total fee, total payment, balance, and display also the overall total fee, overall total payment, and overall balance. So to show you the solution, first we created a structure here. So I named it studrect, and it contains the fields specified here. So I have student number, which is an integer, name, which is a string or an array of character with a length of 50, course, another string, total fee and total payments as with float data type. And then I created an array of this data type or this structure. So struct studrect srec5, so that's my array. And then I have here now my functions. So I have our clear screen function, our post function, our function that will display the menu, the enter records function, the sort function, the search record function, and then the search. So this will two go hand in hand, and also the display a single record function, and then that will display a list or the balance report. So these are the functions that we will be using for our program. So we'll be discussing this in details later on. So this is now our main program. So in our main program, we have here the character ch that will actually we're going to store the character pressed by the user in choosing a menu option. So while the user did not press Q, that means we will keep on showing the menu and doing the appropriate actions here. Okay, so again, let's try to dissect this code. So while ch is not equal to Q, or the user did not press quit, the program will show the menu, and in showing the menu, it will also return what letter was pressed by the user. And then we try to process the option pressed by the user. So using switch, so if the user pressed E, we enter the records of our structure. If the user pressed F for find, then we do the search record routine. If the user pressed S, so I use F because S is for sorting, we sort the records, and then if we press B, we display the balance report. So we keep on doing this until the time that the user pressed Q. So let's now go into the details of our functions. So we have here CLS. So CLS, we just clear the screen. So system CLS, we just call the CLS function, the system function. Then post, so it will just display a message that says press any key, and then the program will post until the time that you press the key. So because of the get ch here. Then we have here our menu. So we clear the screen, and then we display all the options. So using printf. So we have E for enter records, find records, sort records, balance report, quit program, and then your choice. So let the user press the key, and that will be, of course, made possible because of the get ch function, which we converted to uppercase so that it will be easier for us to test what is the letter pressed or character pressed by the user. That's why these keys here are representing these keys in our main program. So E, F, S, B. So that's our menu. And then we have here enter records. So we enter 5 records. And we also, of course, have a loop here. So first we have our dummy, character dummy. That's to make our program look better, especially if we have mixture of strings and integers in our input or numbers in our input. So we have here our loop control. So here we're going to loop 5 times because we're going to enter 5 elements of the struct array. If you still remember the struct array, let's go back, is actually our array of this record containing the following fields. So here we have we're going to loop 5 times. What we'll be doing is display the record number I plus 1 because we started here with 0, and then here we are prompted to enter student number. So we use 14S so that we'll have a good alignment of our prompts, and then we enter student number. So in this case we enter student number index with I. Then this is just a dummy, and then here next we are prompted name, and then we enter name until we press enter key so that it will also accept spaces. And then again another dummy, then we enter course again until we press enter key. So it says here until we press enter key, so it will accept spaces. Then we have here total fee. So since that is float, we use %f. Total payments, that is also float, so we use %f. So we do this 5 times, and in doing that we were able to enter 5 records. Now let's take a look at our sort routine. So it says here that we're going to sort our record according to student number. So what the sorting algorithm we use here is the bubble sort algorithm. So first we determine our swap flag. So 1 means swapping was still done during our past year. So struct studrect temp. So we created a temporary variable that will be used for swapping later on. Integer I will be our loop control variable. So we just clear the screen, and then while swap, so while swapping still done, it means it is not yet sorted. So it will be sorted until a time that swap here is equal to 0 after doing the comparisons of each element. So first we place here swap equals 0, and then we have our comparison. So from 0 to lesser than 4, so that's 0 to 3 or second to the last element, because we're going to compare the current element with the next element. That's why we have here I and I plus 1. So the current element with the next element, and we try to determine if they are the correct arrangement. So if we want to sort them from lowest to highest, the current element should be lower than the next element. And if it is not the case, that means this is higher, then we need to swap their places. So to swap their places, we copy one record to temp, and then the record we copy to temp, we replace that with the next element. So the contents now of this is equivalent to this, but the original value is inside temp. So the original value now is placed on the next element. So we have actually swapped their places. So since there was swapping done, we place here swap equals 1. So by the time that there will be no more swapping, that means it is sorted. So we just display the feedback and then post. Now to search a record, we have here our search record. So we have a variable student number, the position. So to do this, we clear the screen. Then we prompt the user to enter the student number. So when the user enters the student number, we search for that student number using linear search and determine the position. So we can only use linear search here because it is not, we assume that it is not sorted until maybe the sorting is done. So we just use linear search. So when we search, we determine the position. So if the position is greater or equal to 0, that means the search was successful. Then we display the record using the position we have derived from our search. Else, if the position is negative, then that means that the student number was not found. So we display the message accordingly. And then here we have our linear search. So we have a student number, or SNO will be our key. So first found equals 0, that means it is not yet found. Integer I equals 0, that's our loop controlled variable. And then we have here now our loop. So while not found, that means found is 0, and I is lesser or equal to 5. Or I think it should be 4 only. So you can replace this one with 4 because we have 0 to 4. And then if the student number with that current value is equal to the student number you are searching for, then that means it is found. If not, then go to the next element. So I equals plus plus. So we loop until the time that it is found or we are through searching all of the 5 records. So to test, we just test if found. That means it is not, or you can replace one. If found is, yes, if found, that means it is not 0, it is 1. Then we return the position I. If not, then we return a negative value, because if you notice here, we test if the position is greater or equal to 0. That means if the position is lesser than 0, that means it is a negative value, then the student was not found. So we return a negative value to indicate that the search was not successful. Then here we display the current record using the position P. So we just display the student number. So it is an integer. So we use P in the position for all of the variables here. And then this is an integer. The next name is a string. So we have S. Course is a string. Total fee is a float. Total payments is also float. And then we have here now our balance report. So we have our loop. Balance equals 0. Total fee, total payments, and total balance or total fee. This will be the overall totals. We initialize them to 0. And then we clear the screen, we print our heading, then print our column headings here. So we allocated 7 spaces for this column, so 7S plus 2 spaces. Then we allocated 25 spaces for student name, 10 spaces for course, 14 spaces for total fee, total payments, 14 spaces, and 14 spaces also for balance. Then we have for here our loop. So first we computed for balance, which is equivalent to the total fee minus total payments for the current record. Then we accumulated for total fee, total payments, and total balance, the overall total. So we just have total fee equals total fee plus the total fee value. The same is true with payments. Total payments is equal to total payments plus the total payment of the current record. And balance is also the total balance is equal to the total balance plus balance. So after that, we just display our output. So here, 7D represents is for our student number. 25S is for our student name, so negative to make it left aligned. And this one is for our course. 14.2F will be for total fee, total payments, and then this one is for balance, and then backslash n. Then after we display the 5 records, next will be our totals. So this will be total fee, total payments, total balance. Why did I use 46S here? I just added these spaces. 7 plus 2 plus 25 plus 2 plus 10. Okay, so we have here 46S, so that it will still be aligned with these values here. And that's it. That's just now our code. So let's try to run the program. So we have here our menu. Let's say if we can make it bigger. So we have here now our menu. So if I press E, I will now be entering records. So that's the record for 1. So let's say that's for Maria. So for Pedro, so that's our 3rd record. Then we have okay. Then we have our next number. That's the okay. So we have here now the 5 records. So press any key, so that will bring us back to our main menu. Then let's first test our balance report. So I'll just press B. So we have here now our balance report here. So we are given our student number. So it is not sorted. Then we have here our name, the courses, the total fee, total payments, and balance. So I should have made this right aligned. So I should have placed. I did not place negative. I should have placed negative 14S. So here's now our overall total. So let's try to find a record. So F, and then I enter, let's say 222. So this will show the record with that particular student number. So let's find another one. So 156, so that record was not found. Then we sort. So sorting done. So remember, wait. Okay. Dali lang, may campaign. So now let's again look for balance report. So this time around, it is sorted according to student number. Okay, so that is now our program, and I'll be also placing the source code link in our YouTube channel, in my YouTube channel. So thank you very much for viewing this video.